Thank you, Sheriff. And, let me just first start by saying what a great honor to unite all of our agencies together. We go out and about, and we certainly look for impaired drivers. Officers receive specialized training. We're committed to doing what we can. We take 911 calls that we receive when community members report egregious driving or what they feel like is an impaired driver. And that's what happened this past weekend. We received a call from a woman that was basically in the drive-thru, said the car is wrecked, and it appears that the driver was slumped over the wheel. And we responded, and as you know, it's been reported on, very tragic scene for our first responders, our police officers, our firefighters, our EMS personnel to have to deal with something like that. The status of that case is it's being transitioned over to the Dallas County Sheriff's Office. I've been in contact with their executive team. I've also been in contact with the executive team at the Dallas District Attorney's Office today, and we are hoping to get the prisoner, the inmate that's been charged in this case, over to Tarrant County Sheriff's Office so that he can be ultimately transferred over there to face those charges. And so with that, we continue to send the message. It's very frustrating. This is a case where the suspect was arrested by Plano in 2020, convicted in Collin County 2021, and here yet again, you're so impaired that you strike a pedestrian on a service road and you don't even realize it's a human being. I mean, that I can't fathom the level of impairment, and for him to travel some 38 miles, and the car basically gave out is how he ended up in our community. And I can't wrap my mind around that, and I don't think anybody can. And so that's why these types of events, standing in unity with our brothers and sisters in blue, to send the message that we're going to hold you accountable.
Chief, do you know? Do you have the results of a blood alcohol test, or do you know how much he was drinking beforehand, the extent of the intoxication?
The results are not back. There is some testing that occurs, and we'll provide that to the Dallas County Sheriff's Office. I can tell you that once we placed him in the back seat of our car, the officer commented that it smelled like a brewery in the back seat of his patrol car. So based on our observations at the scene, he was still impaired even though it was hours later after this incident.
And you're saying, Chief, that his car gave out, and is that the reason that this all ended in White Settlement?
There was a pool of radiator fluid. The car's got extensive engine damage. And so our belief is that the car would not start back up and continue further.
Any idea where he was going?
I have no idea. He lives in the city of Arlington. We know Arlington shared with us, based on license plate cameras, that he was heading eastbound towards the city of Grand Prairie. At some point entered the city of Dallas, and then the collision occurred in Dallas. Came back westbound on Interstate 30 and then took the Las Vegas Trail exit.
What can you tell us about the victim?
The victim is a 45-year-old man. They're still waiting to make contact with the victim's family. It is possible that the victim was standing at the intersection there at the service road at Cockrell Hill, and we'll relay back to Dallas County Sheriff's Office on what they've been able to determine if there's video. But to our knowledge, he was standing near the intersection when he was struck.
Can you say, was this victim homeless?
We don't know for certain, but we're operating under the theory that he may have been homeless in that area, which is super sad on top of everything that happened. And that is based upon just a friend had come forward saying, my friend used to live in this area. He's not come home. Do you know, was it my friend? And so that is what we're operating on, that he's possibly was without a home.
And I hate to be gruesome, and I want to get the sheriff to talk about this, but to think of what happened to this person, this human being, what was left there, and what ended up in this other scene.
Yeah, there's no words to explain what happened in this. It should not have happened. As we've alluded, there is no excuse. As the Fort Worth chief said, we're committed to bringing justice to this victim. But again, I want to thank certainly the team behind us that are committed to going out, putting resources on the streets to try to intercept drivers that do not make good decisions, because these are preventable cases.
Thank you, Chris.
Sure.
Any other questions?
I got one for the DA, and I'm sorry, it's on the same thing. Will you be able to prosecute this crash, or will that be exclusively in Dallas County?
Well, the crash, as you just heard, is in Dallas County, so the jurisdiction will be in Dallas.
Mr. Mr. Sorrells, but if it were your case here in Tarrant County, where y'all say that y'all take this very seriously, what would this man be facing?
Well, intoxication manslaughter. So that's.
Is there any room for him to not face that heavy of a penalty, if you will?
Well, I mean, you're asking me for like a crystal ball about what did happen and what could happen, and I can't tell you until I get all those facts. But what we do know now is that this happened in Dallas County. It'll be referred to the Dallas County District Attorney's Office, and they'll handle the case.
Sheriff, I'd like to.
I will tell you that one thing about, I mean, and I alluded to it before, what these gentlemen see at these crash sites. It's not anything like what you would see a gun would shoot someone. These are gruesome. What a car can do to a body is just, it's something you just don't want to have to see. And unfortunately, we see it all too often. And we're trying, that's why we're here. We're tired of it. We're tired of seeing that happen to our citizens here in Tarrant County. It's something that is totally preventable. The one thing about driving while intoxicated, it crosses all sections of our society. It's not just what you might call a criminal element. It is everybody could be involved. Just driving on the road, you don't know who's driving out there with you, that you can be hit. You're going out to a party. You didn't intend to commit a crime that night, but you did. So this is serious, but it's preventable. Let's get serious about it, and let's think about it as a society. Work with us in keeping our community safe. It takes all of us, not just because we're going to stop it after it happened. You as citizens of Tarrant County can stop it from happening.